Come on, gather round. It's time for a fresh mouthful of cringe. I'm sorry. It's doctor's orders. I can't be held accountable. Today, everything we have done so far, the planning in the kill corridor, the factory building, enslaving, questionably, small workers for this place, all comes down to this very moment. Mr. Cringe needs a little bit of catharsis, a little bit of revenge, and a little bit of entertainment as well. So over here, deep in the bowels of Cringe Mountain, we are going to be building the gauntlet, the challenge run, the murder games, whatever you want to call them, the cringe corridor. And whereas before they were all just kind of basic testing rooms to see if an idea worked, this is going to be the final, polished, thematically perfect product. And it's going to be quite difficult to pull off, I think. Particularly when you take into account we've only got one good builder. Sprinkles? What are you wearing? Oh, and before we get too deep into today's episode, I'll apologize in advance for this episode being late. This is technically yesterday's episode, but of course it's not because it's today's episode. You can keep track. Not only am I currently in the middle of looking for somewhere to live before I'm made homeless, I also have COVID, so that's a bit of a two-hit punch there, and the house smells of sewage. So really, it's all going well. But the truth is, not even God himself can stop whatever it is I have planned today. Quite clearly, I've annoyed someone. My favorite meal, 50 Brussels sprouts. I love that counted as lavish, too. Now, you may remember last episode I tried to go and capture some Loompas, and that kind of bit us in the arse a bit, because Gunplay got horribly murdered in a vengeful military raid from those very same Loompas. They came to teach us a lesson, and I'll be blunt, that lesson was well received. They murdered Mr. Cringe's slime waifu. So instead, someone suggested we do what Cringe does best, and we spend an inordinate amount of money on very silly things. So I've put a warrant out on, I've put a bounty on kidnapping this tiny Loompa so that we can enslave and... Oh, hello. Your short-range radio has picked up an automated distress call from an interstellar ship. It seems that its Johnson Tanaka drive was zero... No, thank you. It's too risky. Goodbye. Does that already count towards our kill count? I assume it does. 5,000 silver I've offered them for capturing this small orange man so that we can make him work forever digging out a mountain. I don't know why Mr. Cringe doesn't have a shirt. What happened there? I know why. Creme brulee was our tailor. God damn those loopers. Those vengeful little loopers. Mainly also we don't have any cloth. Really? We're not growing Devil's Strand. We are. It's just taking a little while. That's okay. Won't be long. We'll continue work here with the Kill Mountain and the factory in the background and see what new fancy buildings there are to build here with our single builder, Little Sprinkles, who has a chainsaw and allegedly may even skin your ass raw. So remember, our modus operandi going into the mountain building is A, rooms get harder as they progress. B, we don't want to kill everybody. It's meant to be a gauntlet. It's meant to be a challenge for the people visiting our base. Granted, they're not... You know, like our regular visitors, they're here with ill intent, so we do need to kill a few of them. The perfect gauntlet, the perfect challenge will be if there is a survivor at the end of it. This isn't a kill box. This isn't a kill corridor. This is a cringe corridor. So I've come up with themes for some of the rooms based on the ideas that we've had kind of brewing here across Discord and the comments for quite a while. The first room I want to build is kind of a double room. We're going to have that clown room that we've had for a few episodes now, and we're going to call that one Childhood Dreams. And then next to that one, we're going to have a horrific maze with a horrifying monster in the middle of it that you have to run from in the dark. And that part will be called Childhood Nightmares. And that's what we're going to kick things off with. I'm still not sure whether I want to use, say, like an animatronic polar bear war casket suit to hunt people through the maze, which would be fantastic, both thematically and because kids these days are afraid of that type of thing. But I did see a comment on yesterday's episode that I liked even more. We've got these uwu creatures, which are honestly almost invincible. Somebody said, why not take the cute, adorable uwu platypus and install a berserk chip in it and release it into the labyrinth? And I kind of like that idea. It's either that or we put, like I said, a Loompa into a war casket, which would also be incredible. Maybe we can even let Sprinkles have a bit of fun. Give him back his clown outfit, which he has now, by the way. He's just decided to dye it all black because he is the knight. Commentocracy. There we go. 5,000 silver on a Loompa whose skills are completely unknown to us. I think that's a good deal. Hello. And then we just go and scoop him up from the ground, right? Oh, they're actually going to deliver him. Oh, how kind. Mr. Cringe, get down here. The prison's still in working order, right? Ever since we, you know, the prison breaks and the war games and the gauntlets and whatever else we've done here. Yeah, we seem good. Okay. Hello, little guy. Where is she taking? Is she actually going to carry him to our prison? That'd be nice. I mean, it'd be nice except for the fact that there are occasions where they'll do, lethal damage to them, then carry them through and drop them, they'll bleed to death. I mean, I'm not paying for that one. A banished named Falcon. Hello. Oh, you can stay there. You're not a Loompa, I'm not interested. Haynes, the prison's in the other direction. What? You can't come in here. Blood loss severe, you see, that's what I'm talking about. Put them on the floor, you idiot. And then they get all pissy if we don't pay for them. Oh, okay, they're down, bleeding out 4 hours. Green donkey. Good animals, good plants, okay. Vow of non-violence. Ah! Or is that just group hallucination? Well, it's definitely not, given... Well, I mean, creme brulee knows about that. Did I call her cream pie earlier? Oh, no, I hope I didn't. I meant to call her creme brulee. Industrious is fantastic. Joy need rate multiplier, 15%. Ah, shit. Wait, joy need rate multiplier. Oh, no, that's good then. That's good to have with depressive. For a second then, I thought that meant they would lose their joy rate faster. We've got to keep them pretty happy, but with enough desserts and whatever, that's fine. They also can't fight, which isn't what they're here for. Plant 7. Construction 6 is also pretty good. Okay, let's get you patched up pretty fast. Or at least so that we've got away from lethal damage there. There you go. Good as new, little Loompa. Let's take him home. Well, that's 5,000 silver gone immediately on a very average colonist. Who else have we got in here? Let's take a look. I want to see what Loompas you have for me. We've got a lot of faction leaders. We could capture fucking Magnets, the leader of the insane clown posse. We don't know about any other Loompas right now. There are no other Loompas available. All the ones that turned up to our base were, of course, either captured or killed, or however that ended up being. This is the only guy that we know about right now. If we went to their base and did a raid, we would know who to put warrants on. That's just how the game works. So maybe we could drop pod over, quickly peek in, write their names down, and then quickly get out fast. That actually might not be a bad idea. And as long as we make enough money to make up for it, that's fine. And speaking of making enough money to make up for things, we have a brand new machine. Mr. Cringe knows the guy, and that guy just happens to have made him a whole new thing for his factory. That's right, my friends, we have the even more versatile assembler. After the total commercial failure and absolute lack of interest in Bjorn & Co.'s versatile assembler, despite their incredible innovative design and unparalleled flexibility, many models were dismantled or used for more menial tasks. And in this case, this is the thing that will allow us to make chocolate into milk chocolate or white chocolate. What would be very, very nice, though, Mr. Cringe, without a shirt, no pressure, is getting, after we're done with manufacturing, of course, getting the, what is it called? Glitter World Fabrication? There it is. So this is the highest level of tech in the entire mod pack. This will allow us to very, very, very expensively craft mechanoid components. We upgrade, obviously, components into advanced components, then advanced components into the mechanoid components. Not only would that allow us to build the entire factory, but it would also allow us to build some of those ridiculous mechanoid work packs that we've seen here. Combat gear, utility gear, jump jet. What? I like that it says Rimworld. Yeah, this is definitely base game Rimworld. Maybe it is. Maybe that latest game update had something very special in it. A large land mammal adapted to arid environments domestically since ancient times. By storing water in its large humps and reclaiming moisture from its breath as it exhales, it can go weeks without drinking. I hate to say it. I think that might be a camel. Is this going to be what happens when we buy a Jumper Loompa from AliExpress? I mean, I'm going to buy one. They are also rideable. Huh. And they've got a mechanoid component for sale. Yeah, here you go. The big reason I'm doing this, to be honest, is to brag about how good the moods are now. The only thing that we had wrong with Mr. Cringe was that he hadn't done any trades recently. That was the whole reason I was doing this. There wasn't any real rhyme or reason to it. I should sell him some chocolate. What are you doing? Well, I mean, look at him now. Even though creme brulee died, the man is on top of the world. I mean, minus X, he feels terrible for no good reason. I mean, I'm no David Attenborough, but I'm fairly certain that that is not a camel. Oh my God, it's staring right into my soul. Oh, why does it say milk fullness? Female dromedary. Oh, there's some horrible bug that's happened here. They seem to think that this Jumper Loompa is milkable. I mean, bears are technically milkable, but you'd have to be very brave. The world's finest chocolate. I mean, we know it's not because there is an upgraded bar that we can eventually get to. Here you go. Enjoy, my friend. You know what? Keep the change. Keep the change. It's on Cringe. Well, hold on a second. If I cancel those advanced assemblers, we've got 2 components there. And then with that other component we bought, that's enough to build one of those mechanoid utility. No, it's not. No, 3 is in fact less than 4. They are bloody expensive, my god. We can definitely build, though, the even more versatile assembler. Excellent. Oh, look at that one, huh? Fantastic. And if you're wondering why this one looks significantly nicer and sharper than this one, it's because I accidentally deleted the texture for this one and had to grab it from yesterday's video. Who needs GitHub backups when you can be as professional as I am? Let's get some pullers. No. Pushers? Oh, Lord, I'm not qualified for this. Regardless, we want to get conveyor belts over to this thing to fill it up automatically. Now, we're going to want, maybe milk chocolate from milk? White chocolate from milk? It's not just milk, of course. It's milk and, you know, chocolate. You're going to have a very difficult time trying to make milk chocolate from just milk. Not that I'm an expert. Oh, who knows? Maybe Mr. Cringe will invent something. So we want a conveyor belt that goes between these to our inputs. And you all doubted me. You all said there would never be a chocolate factory in this chocolate factory series. Oh, he's going to get too distracted by all the other garbage going on. Yes, that's very true. That's enough chocolate factory for one episode. So now for the other garbage that's going on. Let's try and ignore the wall supports. That's just going to stop the mountain caving in. As we build the rooms, it'll be irrelevant anyway. I guess we'll just make them sensible sizes? Is that too large for a first room? We need to try and divide it up kind of equally a little bit. So the next one is going to be a maze, right? So we might want to make all of this the maze. So they'll have to enter up here. And maybe come out over here. But, hang on. If we do that, then they'll all follow the same path. So, what we need to do then is divide the numbers up through here. Use this room as a kind of tool to help make the next part of it a little more sensible. So, we're going to have 2 entrances, right? There's 15 blocks that way and 15 blocks that way. So, we want 2 entrance points. And then inside the maze itself, we'll have to put some of those retractable walls that pop up and seal it off as they walk through it. I want there to be a continuous straight bit at the end, so they're forced to run for their lives from whatever killer object we put in here, either sprinkles or the casket or the platypus. Okay, hear me out here. This looks a little mad. Those are the paths they're going to take. Anywhere where the color diverges are areas where we're going to pop up another block to seal that particular direction, right? So when the red person runs down this path here, we'll have to test which path is quickest because I just threw these down random colors. But let's assume the red path is the quickest for the time being. They'll run this way. When they go either down here or through purple path, if that is quicker, whatever direction is the fastest will be sealed by a submersible wall. We'll have a pressure pad that'll connect it to power, then it'll pop up, then they'll be forced to work one of the other paths. I'll get our people to run it, and we'll see which path is the quickest, and then what we want to do is kind of the second or the third path, because we've got to have a minimum of 3 survivors from this first room, otherwise we've already failed. If this first room is killing off that many people, I've messed something up there. So when roughly half of the contestants have got through, that's when we want to release whatever is hunting them. And that needs to be somewhere kind of in the middle. So I was planning maybe this area, we take out a block, and that's where we'll release the killer object, whatever it happens to be. We'll have to let it in, of course, at the start of the maze. Guess I'll mark that in purple. Purple for murder. 2 more mech components and another 4,000 bars of chocolate. There you go. That's all yours, my friend. So we're going to get little sprinkles to run through the gauntlet now and see how fast he can do it. So let's send you over to the other side of the maze. Okay, so we've got our fastest path there that I'll mark in blue. So we want a submersible wall. I guess we'll throw it... Oh, we can make it out of candy. Oh, that's delicious. Thank you. I guess we'll throw it there then. No. We want to give them a few seconds just so that they have to turn around if they are slightly slower. So then the second fastest path is... Okay, it overlaps with the blue path, which is exactly what I wanted. So at that point, we need to block off, like, here, basically. Don't we? Can I not copy... Can I copy just 2 things? Right, I'm going to just do that. We want to block off, like, here at that point, right? This genuinely might take a long time. You're going to have to bear with me on this one. No! You can't do this to me! I started this company! We've got the choice of questionable food production that allows us to grow and harvest meat and fungi from humanoid patients without killing them, or the best research in the game. Okay, go on. Just get it done. In other good news, I think the maze is finished, in as much as it can be finished. It'll still need a little manual control, because as far as I know, there is no mod that allows you to have, say, a door that connects to power and automatically pops up. The barriers in Vanilla Expanded only count as cover. For fairly obvious reasons. Otherwise, it would just be a cheese fest, right? But in this case, cheese is Mr. Cringe's middle name. But we're not using it for cheese purposes. We're using it for fun. It also occurred to me we could build it out of candy walls, or we could just take the walls and paint them red. And they're functionally identical. In fact, they're better, because they're made of granite and not candy canes. Oh, hello there. We've got ourselves another Loompa on the list. What is the Loompa that we were trying to recruit before? Well, either way, you're wanted for murder because you killed Creme Brulee, and I'm going to pay... How much have we got right now? Where's my money? Hey, 40,000. Oh, yikes. I'll give you 2,000. I'll give you 2,000. That seems reasonable. 4.9 days. That seems better. That seems doable. And what is going on with you? You've got no resistance left, but you're not being converted. Why? 6.3%. Okay, so we're close. Wait, what? We've got a new recruit, but was that their... That was their faction leader? Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that one. That seems nice. Oh. Oh, no. You've joined us and you're immediately milking the bear. Incredible. On the plus side, we can now make milk chocolate. And there it is, one complete maze. All we have to do to make it tick is just have somebody sat on the ceiling light. Yeah, no, the ceiling light. They have to be sat on the utility console, and then we just have to make sure the timing comes up. So the second it's powered, we just need to make sure they are flicked. We'll actually have to power them to make sure they're turned off. Oh, what a pain in the ass. Would it be better? Because that's a massive, massive pain in the ass, because I'd have to dismantle it and take it apart every single time. Would it be better if we just had a light that connects up to the pressure plate? When the light is green, the door shuts? That doesn't make any sense. When the light is red, the door shuts. That'd be a little bit better, right? And it would be a bit more visual too. The logic mod adds light sensor switches too. So we could actually have it so green corridors, the ones that move down first, will be lit up, and then they move down that one, then it closes, the lights turns red. We could get kind of complicated with this. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that mid-video. That was going to drive me insane. We have the much bigger decision of deciding what we seal in the middle of the maze, and there's no reason we can't always mix it up. I do love the idea, though, of the Uwu Platypi being the one that's in the center to kick things off. The question is, little Platypi, I mean, you're already pretty great. I think this thing will kill anything in there. What can we do with you to make you a little more scary? Pain stopper. Knee spikes. Pain stopper. Joy wire, so this little thing is having the time of its life. Then knee spikes in all of its legs. It's also missing a leg, apparently, so we'll give it a fresh one. Oh. Okay. Yayo. A drugged up spiky platypus hunting them down. Oh, I'm in. You know, if I hadn't wasted the... Oh. Hello. Oh, wow. The ultimate candy alloy, 50 red candy, 50 blue, 50 green, 50 white chocolate, 50 of the compound chocolate, which needs 50 plasteel, 10 chocolate, 5 gold, and then 50 plasteel on top of that makes compound chocolate. Huh. It's ridiculously strong, but very expensive to make. Maybe that's what we could have the factory churning out. Because that sounds amazing. Whoa, look at the stats on that too. What I was about to say was it would make more sense if we gave the platypus the venom fangs that I gave to Sprinkles instead. But never mind. I'm sure there'll be more traders coming along soon. Well, regardless of what we put in the maze, I'm going to give you a little tour of rooms 1 and 2 now that they are structurally at least finished. And if you'll just follow Mr. Cringe over the skeleton... I don't know if I mentioned this, but these are all access corridors for the staff, so that if there are people that are knocked down, if there are people we want to drag away and, you know, harvest organs or recruit or whatever it happens to be, we've got means to get into basically every room as fast as possible with these. Both of the access corridors run around the entire edge of the mountain and lead back to roughly the end room. So room number 1 is Childhood Dreams. Very basic, very whimsical, not meant to do much killing. And it is, in fact, a room of rooms. We have a very standard living arrangement, a lovely little family home here. Then when you get to the back of the home, things start taking a very strange turn. Oh, what is this? A seedy background of gambling and fighting, drinking. Could it be a metaphor, Mr. Cringe? None of us really know. There's also a mug with a knife in it next to that vomit. As technically a bioweapon, I suppose. And after the raiders arrive in this room of debauchery and horrifying things, fighting, gambling, they move through the wardrobe, the closet, to a very bare bones, very basic child's room. It's an incredibly thinly veiled metaphor, you see, where this child has no toys, no enjoyment, no love. They have a single blood-soaked teddy bear on the floor. But then, hidden, perhaps as a metaphorical defense mechanism, all of those children's toys have been placed in front of something even worse than whatever comes through that den of debauchery and sin. Carefully arranged in the most dangerous way possible to fend off whatever emerges from our maze. In this case, it's an uwu platypus, and that's where the whole metaphor falls apart. But I think that's not bad. I mean, remember, this starting room isn't meant to kill any of the raiders. It's meant to kind of slowly lull them into a false sense of security. I wouldn't lie, if I want to attack a base with you know, great wealth, massive industrial potential, and I walk through a family home leading to, you know, a room of fighting and blood, a childhood bedroom, and then Lego everywhere, I would be horrified. Immediately, I'd be taken off guard. So they'll be forced to pass through this corrupted family home into a pure, true nightmare, whereby, upon emerging through the maze of adulthood, they will be in the present, in Cringe's factory, and that's what we're going to theme this next area on. I want a room of coldness to represent the freezer, the ingredients, the cocoa, the milk, whatever it happens, the bear milk. Sorry, don't let me undersell it. And then we'll have an oven of heaters and all sorts of things. And then along the way, I want to fire dart guns or some sort of anesthetic. I'm sorry, I have COVID. Please don't hate me. And that's when they will have to deal with the trials and tribulations of Cringe himself. Cringe's modern day time self. Medical expenses and whatever else adults have to do with their, like, taxes. It is mostly taxes. Is there a way I can tax raiders? Like a limb tax? We could put down some bear traps. That'd be pretty good. I wanted, like, there's got to be something more Saw themed to it, where they have to make the sacrifice. It's all well and good us making them stand on a Lego or being chased by a platypus, but I want them to be forced to injure themselves in some way, to make that sacrifice. If they want to get to Cringe, they have to go through something horrible to begin with. I like that. How are we going to do that, though? Well, like I said, the oven and the freezer, both giving them frostbite or burns. We should give them a choice. Make the rooms equidistant. They have to be forced to pick which one they want. Going through that, we're going to hit them with dart guns, anesthetic rifles, that type of thing. That seems pretty perfect. For the time being, though, before I get too carried away, because that was the problem with the first kind of iteration of this, the test rooms, let's make sure this works. My big concern with having it so thematic and so decorated is that they're probably going to smash it to fucking pieces. Because they're going to say, hey, there's some valuable furniture here. We can smash that. That'll teach them a lesson. So I have copied the blueprint and exported it. It's pretty expensive. But for Mr. Cringe and his rather powerful economy at this point, it's not actually that bad as long as we keep, you know, stone cutting. Keep Laffy on the drill. You know, Laffy drill arms, everybody's favorite. It's only 10... I mean, what are they going to smash up there? Like a decorative cupboard? It's 6 steel. I'm not really that bothered. There it is. The most expensive research we will ever have. So how much are these components each? Oh! Sigma. I guess that's why they call you that, huh? Thank you, my friend. Mechanoid utility gear. Well, we're definitely going to give that to Little Sprinkles. How much are they each, then? One advanced component, 10... Sorry? 10 uranium, 0.2 gold. Huh. How does that even work? I assume it'll be rounded to 0? You mean 2 gold? You mean 20 gold? That seems a little bizarre. Okay, well, let's give it a go. Do until X or X is 10. That seems pretty good. What happens there? Making compound chocolate. You know what? You do you. You carry on. Well, surely it would round it up. Otherwise, it would be an invalid ingredient, right? Yeah, that's exactly what it does. So 1 gold, 10 uranium, 1 advanced component, and then whatever else the last thing was. I don't remember now. 5 plasteel per mechanoid component. That does seem relatively cheap. I'm all right with that. That's not completely bank breaking. Obviously, you've got to consider all the resources you put into making the advanced component on top of that. Yeah, I mean, I probably should have considered that. The hidden cost really is the amount of time it takes. What is that? 334 work? Wow. So, to put that into perspective, it takes longer to make a single mechanoid component than the gun link, the robotic rig, etc., etc. It's 1,200 work just to get the components for one of those mechanoid packs. And then what is the work in that? Another 334. Wow. It's quite big. And there they are. The first batch. The real first batch of milk chocolate. Wow. £2.50 a bar versus chocolate, which is... Bruh. Wait, doesn't the original recipe call for... Am I going mad? Milk? 40 cocoa, 10 milk. And how many bars could you make with that? Chocolates? 40. Why would you ever do it? It's more profitable just to make regular... I would like a refund. This thing's actively losing me money. Oh, yeah, I did put another bounty out, didn't I? Okay, sure, we'll pay the 2,000 silver, because the next big project after we've tested out this part of the mountain is not continuing on with the mountain, as nonsensical as that is. We have that crazy new chocolate compound that needs a whole bunch of candy canes and cocoa and whatever else. Oh, people are constantly complaining because they don't have desserts, because I keep selling... Laffy! Because I keep selling all of the chocolate, because that's... I mean, that's the point. It's a chocolate factory, right? So we're going to need a lot more people working on plants, because I want to be able to build over this entire thing and turn it into a gigantic greenhouse. It's very, very, very ambitious, but we've done exactly this thing only a few series ago. Which is kind of weird that we're doing that twice now. Oh, well, at least this guy is mostly alive. Oh, 13 plants, double passion. Oh, what value. Ah, and I thought for a second we might actually be able to try out this new kill corridor. That's fine. Just a bunch of man-hunting rats. Oh, Pablo! Oh, am I going to get in trouble for this? Why were the guests sleeping out in the entrance to the cringe corridor? Morons. Oh, I mean, to be fair, they also didn't blame me for that, so... I'm not really that upset. The whole psychological terror of this particular room doesn't really work when they're rats. Doesn't really work at all. Although the marbles apparently work. I don't think I've ever lit a rat on fire before to see that reaction. Wow, that was really something, huh? Do it again, apple pie. Come on, get him. Come on, use your clown popper. Ah, shit, you know what, Sprinkles? Get the chainsaw. Get the chainsaw and go to town, little Sprinkles. We're bloody quicker than waiting for these idiots to try and shoot them. Guess I'll start drafting up some plans for the cold and hot room. What we're going to have to do, again, just to make sure that they have free choice in which room they're going to go into, we need to make sure they're equidistant. So let's build something like... How on earth are we going to do this? We'd send them halfway down, whatever the middle point of this is. And then if there's a 2-block gap, it's going to cause us issues. Oh, god damn it. All right, hold on. So we send them to the middle. Then they stand here and they get the choice of left or right. And we need to make sure that the path from this particular point here to wherever the exit to this room is going to be needs to be the same length depending on what machines we go through on both sides as well. This is a pain in the ass. Why can't it be easier to build some sort of horrible torture corridor? So we're going to say blue is for the hot room and red is for the cold room, just to annoy you all. All right, here's the plan. This room will be hot room. This room will be cold room. This area, what do you do with chocolate when you've either frozen it or cooked it? You package it, of course. So I'll try and think of something clever to do for a packaging room up here. I don't know exactly how we're going to do that. We need to wrap them up in something or throw something at them to make them, I don't know, sticky, like glue or packing tape or something like that. And with this dead gap here, we can just use another access corridor. So that will allow us to go and pick up anybody who was injured during the maze that's still alive we can do something with. So I think that works pretty well. Right, okay, so now we've got to make sure this is equal length. This is a very silly idea. What if we put the enemies on a conveyor belt? I don't think the conveyor belts do anything, just to clarify. I don't think they work on people. But what if they're walking across the conveyor belt? It's very metaphorical. They get barbecued by a bunch of radiators, and along the way... Oh, drop pods. Oh... Sigma, you idiot! What are you doing over there? Oh, these people. Do not light fire to that hedge. You're in a lot of trouble, my friend. Sprinkles, get out there. Sir, this is private property. We're going to have to ask you to leave. Oh, be careful. All right, gun him down. Dr. Honk? Oh, I hate them. I hate them all. Right, what can you hit from there? Nothing. Where are the others? One's in the spaceport, punching the space pads. Okay, let's send you after Alligator. Someone needs to go protect Sigma. Sigma was re-equipping that weapon. Okay, that's fine. Dr. Honk, get over there. Where else are we? You're already down. What happened to you? Oh! It would seem like Apple Pie got him on the way past. Well, let's send you up to go deal with this guy as well, then. I was about to say we put him on it, we barbecue them, and then along the way, we... Sorry, the mental image of a group of Loompa killing someone with a drill then just was a little distracting. And then along the way, there are dart guns or anesthetic rifles or something like that. We can't use the dart guns that some of our people are equipped with now because those dart guns, when they hit them, will immediately anesthetize them for a day. That won't work. We need something that adds a kind of stacking, slowing effect, but I'm not entirely sure what we can do with that. Maybe like the tear gas launcher or something like that. I'm not sure. Either way, it's meant to be a factory line. That's what we're going with there. Have you hit that guy yet, Sprinkles? No? Why are we getting so close? You've got range on your side, my friend. Get out of there. Okay, Cringe. Maybe self-tend. You good? He's actually fine. Oh, they're fleeing. Bloody hell, Apple Pie. I took my back for 1 second. She's killed a man. Wow. I say... Well, I mean, I think they were on the way out. They were 98. Wasn't the other guy really old as well? 67. We're being attacked by the old people's home. The point I was about to make is that we don't have enough power. This is all decorative. These ovens are all decorative, but they still use power. I mean, we could put down fuel stoves and not fuel them. I wish there was some sort of decorative oven somewhere, but I couldn't find any. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. It'll take me a while. I'll take a look to see what there is. That'd be kind of nice to save us using all this power. Alternatively, we just find some better power supply. So let me present to you the chocolate refineries. We need temper chocolate. We are working on that. It's very, very slow. It's like very slow. What do we make it here? It's very slow going. Smeltery. That's it. We only need another 150, then we can start work on that. That'll make chocolate into fuel. Then we power the base based on chocolate fuel. That makes way more sense. Not only is it thematically appropriate, but it should be a pretty good power source as well. Oh no. However, are we going to make the rip-off milk chocolate now? Fucking thing. I'm a little disappointed we didn't at least get to see the first bit of this today, and we definitely could have tested out the maze if they'd have sent someone to raid us. Instead, we got some groupers and some old people and some rats. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? No, my chocolates are spoiling. Ah! Okay, turn that off, turn that off, turn that off. I don't want to cook a simple meal! A succulent Chinese meal.
This is the bloke who got me on the penis.
Turn all of this off right now. We'll come back to it later. And this is the beginning of, I hope, something very good. Still needs a lot of polish. Still needs a lot of changing. But if you've got any suggestions, alternatives to what I've done here, then I'm all ears as always. And I'll make any adjustments, any extra rooms. I don't really know what to do with the end of it. So if you've got anything else there, or if you want to just throw in something weird and creative, it doesn't have to be thematic. It doesn't have to be the metaphorical representation of the life of Mr. Cringe. No. It can be anything you'd like. And I'm completely up for it. We could even hollow out the other mountain if we want to. It might be a lot of work, though. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, as always, I thank you for your patience while things were a little more complicated IRL while I try and desperately find somewhere to live, along with other stuff. But I hope you will continue to join me on the rest of this very strange and wondrous adventure in chocolate production. Thank you to the patrons, as always, for their continued support in keeping me alive. You're not doing a very good job. Thank you to Angry Welder, Ava, Dracovia, Dark Saint 28, Cyborg Skaven, Silent Sentinel, Hoaxor, Falcon Alaris, But I'm Homeless, Aromatic Fool, Alex Monk, Hottie Sphinx, CS Grabo, Jared, Ripkaz, The Cat Lover 366, and Flight Gamer, along with the many others at the executive producer tiers on the screen that you can see right now. Thank you, executive producers. I hope you're very happy to have your name attached to this. You shouldn't be. Thank you to Coldest Flame, Squiddy to McGruff, Edzuki, Nightbee, Jobo Daddy, Blatticus, Dodger, Canopa, Streamer, Cheese King 21, Captain Cuba, Mr. Cases, Johnny Richards, Xenos the Painter, Angry Aries, Zesty, Septimus Miscreant, Dexy Enigma, and GV for their support as well. See you tomorrow.